Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my presentation. I'll be presenting on the impacts of nitrogen-fixing tree incorporation in cacao agroforestry system. For my capstone research, I was an agroforestry intern at Hoja Nueva in Madre de Dios, Peru. If you don't know anything about Peru, like I did before I came down there, Madre de Dios is one of the more eastern states along the Brazilian and Peruvian border. So in Peruvian cacao production, nitrogen-fixing trees called Inga are interplanted to provide nutrients to the cacao trees and the soil. And traditionally, slash and burn is a technique used to clear native forest growth in the Amazon. Once cacao plantations are established, the soil will be productive for 15 years, then the cycle of um, slash and burn begins again. But there haven't been many studies done on how the incorporation of these trees impacts cacao tree health. Therefore, I wanted to ask the question of how does the incorporation of nitrogen-fixing trees impact cacao tree health on sun and shade-grown cacao farms? I set out to answer this question by randomly choosing cacao trees from Hoja Nueva's sun and shade-grown cacao farms. I then measured distance from nearest planting of Inga trees to each cacao tree measured, then compared distance from nearest Inga tree to trunk diameter, height, and crown diameter. As you can see in the bottom left here, I have an example of an Inga tree leaf and a cacao pod, both from Hoja Nueva's farm. And then in the center here, I have the results of my research. These are all depictions of the relationship between the distance from nearest cacao or Inga planting and various metrics related to tree health. To summarize my results, the distance between Inga plantings and cacao plantings impacted cacao trees in different ways. There's relatively strong negative correlation between height and distance to nearest Inga in the shade farm. You can see in figure 3 here, right here on the blue line. This means that as cacao trees were closer to Inga plantings, they actually became taller. And then there's a strong positive correlation in figure 4 between crown diameter and distance to nearest Inga in the sun farm. And you can see that with the green line here, meaning that the crown diameter became smaller the closer they became to Inga plantings. Overall, there wasn't a clear difference in how nitrogen-fixing trees impacted cacao trees on a shade farm or sun farm. Finally, more research into nitrogen-fixing trees and their impacts on both the health of cacao trees and the health of the soil needs to be conducted. If there's more research done and we get a better understanding on these trees, slash and burn style agriculture could decrease as farmers focus more on soil health. These trees could also be used in American orchard systems as a cost-effective alternative source for nutrients. I just want to say thank you to Eli Wheat, my faculty supervisor, Samantha Zwicker, my site supervisor, Hoja Nueva, Ollie Smithies, my friends and family, especially my father, as well as Diana and Kira for helping with this project. Thank you so much.